Rising up MVP, Matty Ice.
Officially?
I think so. Oh,
Last night.
I don't know.
I think it was supposed to be announced last night.
See, I tried to be all like, all hip, and I should check my
Now we've been
sources.
exposed.
Okay.
We're busy checking the weather. That's why we're watching the
That's right.
sports. We're watching the sports tonight.
That's right. Well, for some, the Super Bowl, of course, the biggest sporting event of the year, but for many of us, just watching the commercials.
Yeah, so how did the commercials become such a big deal, and how does weather impact advertising? Well, joining us to talk about it is our business weather expert, Paul Walsh. Paul, thanks for being with us on this early Super Bowl Sunday. So right off the bat, we learned you have actually been in a Super Bowl commercial. How in the world did that happen?
Yeah, Paul, that was my 15 milliseconds of fame. What happened, and this is really a Weather Channel related incident. I was walking to 30 Rock down 6th Avenue in New York to go to the Weather Channel to do this appearance, and coming by me is the entire cast of the Today Show with a litany of camera operators walking by. I thought about it for a second, of course, but it's New York, so I just kept walking Forrest Gump-like by the people doing the thing. About a month later, I'm watching the Super Bowl, eating some chips, maybe drinking a beer, and all of a sudden, I saw that commercial, and then I saw myself, and then I proceeded to do a spit take or two, and I realized all of a sudden I was famous for a second.
That's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun. And we can say, I know that guy. But
First Super Bowl commercial, next the Weather Channel.
Right.
It doesn't get any bigger than this,
That's
Paul.
right. But any fan of the show knows that when we have you on, we talk weather and business connection. And absolutely, that counts for advertising. How can you talk to that?
Yeah, in fact, the reason that I was in New York is because I work in New York, and part of the work that I do is on Madison Avenue. So I'm a meteorological madman, and we work with advertisers, and we help them use weather data as well as forecast information to really get a better sense for how the weather outside and the weather forecast is going to shape what people are going to be wanting and needing and planning to do. And then we use those insights, those algorithms, to actually time what kind of message that we send and when we send it across mobile phones, across social media, and across television. So it's a very sophisticated use of weather, and advertisers are really in the front end of how to use this kind of data.
So with our changing climate here, I can imagine this type of thing is the future is almost limitless.
Yeah, for sure, Paul. And also the fact that so many people now are consuming weather information on mobile phones. Millions of people literally around the world are using mobile phones to get weather information. And to the extent that you can provide messages that are relevant to what they're going to need based on the forecast, it makes weather information increasingly important both for businesses but as well as governments. And that's how data and analytics is being used to sort of further that cause.
I always think it's such a fascinating conversation, and I love the insight that you give us, business weather expert Paul Walsh, and apparently Super Bowl superstar. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, still ahead.